had three-time Cup Series champion and fifth winningest driver in the history of the Cup Series, Darrell Waltrip, as someone who is not a fan of the current state of NASCAR. While he was a part of the Fox broadcast for the first time in many years due to it being alumni weekend at Darlington Raceway and being able to spend time with a lot of his friends and see people he hasn't seen in a while, he talked about some of his concerns and issues with the current schedule and the current car with Peter Strata, of NASCAR media member. When asked about how he felt if he would have missed being in the booth, Waltrip said, for a year or two I thought I would, but the last couple of years I think, no, I'm glad I'm not doing it. I'm glad I'm retired. He shared further views saying, I think the sport's gone through a transition since the day that I raced. You drop the green flag and you're into the checkered. Now they got all these different stages. I'm not sure I like it the way it is, but I watch. He goes and he doesn't feel great about the series going to street courses like the Chicago street course, and then now going to San Diego to run on a naval base this coming summer, albeit it's connected to the 250th year of the United States. He's of course comes from short track racing, and his name was made at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway amongst others. He won a vast majority of his 84 Cup Series wins on tracks like Nashville, Bristol, Martinsville. Quoted in saying, yes and no. I think the short tracks are what makes our sport what it is today. If it wasn't for the short tracks, I don't think we would be where we are. But I think the short tracks are certainly a big part of what we do today. Well, quite honestly, I think short tracks are the backbone of the sport. Nashville is certainly, it could be a Bristol, it could be like that. So I'm glad to see them bringing short tracks back. They need short tracks badly. I think that's probably in reference to a question that talked about North Wilkesboro Speedway coming back as a points race, the possibility of Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway maybe coming back as a race in the Cup Series instead of having as many road courses, instead of having as many 1.5 mile ovals on the schedule, probably to go more towards the old school feel of what NASCAR used to be relative to what NASCAR has become with this new next-gen car. But if you have thoughts on what Darrell Waltrip said, leave them in the comments here. And for all your NASCAR and IndyCar news, tune in to Motorsports Reports and also the Grip Strip podcast that I host with my good buddy Josh on all podcast platforms.